On this episode of Oz Off-Road TV, we look to find out what's out there beyond the Pilliga, the pubs, the attractions, even the stories. Talk about stories, it looks like I might struggle to get a crew together for this one. You sent me moon rock?
Hey?
Me moon rock.
Where'd you get that?
From the moon.
Yeah, right.
No.
Well, this makes sense being a moon rock.
No, I got that from Frank at the Walkabout Creek pub.
Right.
And out there they've got these rocks all scattered out in the outback.
Yeah.
And they call them moon rocks.
Yeah.
So I went on the postie run with him, delivered some mail, and that took like 3 hours just at the one spot. But anyway, so he was scouting around and he gave me a moon rock as a bit of a souvenir.
Where's your next trip?
Next trip, well, I got you blokes penciled in for that one. So we're going to the Pilliga, camp a night in the Pilliga scrub, and then we're going to go out beyond the Pilliga. The rest of it's a bit of a surprise.
Mm.
What that means is I've got no idea, but
Pilliga.
yeah.
Yowie country.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
For God's sake, you don't believe that stuff, do you?
Well, you know, it's just, you hear these stories and you wonder how they come up with the stories. So I suppose.
With a few of these things, I would say. I mean, that's where a lot of stories start. We are going to the Pilliga. You, and me.
When are we going?
I'll probably leave here the day after tomorrow.
Where we got that job on.
Yeah.
That job with that ute.
What job?
Yeah.
Was that
Nah,
that job?
Big one's going to take a couple of weeks.
a couple of weeks. Up. Yeah.
We're going to do other stuff as well, but we just want to spend one night camped in the Pilliga scrub. We've got a lot of other stuff we're going to do,
Just up there in the middle of the scrub.
probably between Barradine and the Pilliga.
I don't know, Duck. It's,
But I mean, you know.
yeah, I've got mates at Narrabri. I won't go any further.
What, are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't think Slim Dusty would make this sort of thing up.
Something in the Pilliga? Yeah, but it's a song. Well, you get you out of the workshop for a few days. We're only going to be gone for 3 or 4 days.
And get you out of the workshop permanently.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maybe.
So you don't want to come?
I don't want to take the chance.
What chance? What do you think? What the chance of what?
Meeting a bunyip out there.
A bunyip?
Yeah.
It's a bunyip.
Big airy thing.
It's a bunyip.
Isn't a bunyip one of them things you get on your heel?
Yeah, you
You
probably
wear
right.
thongs too much?
Take Clancy, but
You got me a bit worried now. I might leave Clancy at home. I'll leave the dog at home where he's safe and take me son. All right, fair enough. Well, I'll go by myself.
I wouldn't go by yourself.
nah, I'd take.
I would take someone.
Someone who's a real big bloke, a licence to carry a gun or something.
Maybe a slower runner than you.
That's going to be work cut out for me there. Find someone that's a slower runner than me, mate. That's going to be real challenging. Anyway, you want to hope nothing happens, mate. You'll miss me, son, if I don't come back.
Just on that, the ram, can I keep that? Just goes a bit pear-shaped out there. You'd make the best out of a bad situation.
Oh, mate, if I don't come back, there's only one little problem. You'll have to go out there and get it.
You can keep it. You can take it.
Camping down on an old bush track, a 4-wheel drive, yeah, I like it like that. The weekend comes and now it's time to go. Oz Off-Road, it's time for the show. Yeah.
On our Pubs Beyond the Pilliga episode, we head straight out to the Pilliga Scrub in northwestern New South Wales. Check out a farm stay with a difference, trip over a ghost town located at a long-forgotten sawmill, and head out to Growan to wash down some dust at some very different waterholes with some true Aussie characters. Well, here I am flying solo on my way out to the Pilliga. I've got to say, the boys don't know what they're missing out on. I can't believe they chickened out. Although I do know they've got a little bit of work on back at Oz Off-Road, but gee, boys, I think you're going to miss out on a bit of an adventure here. I've got to say to you, it's pretty dry out here, this part's, but nice warm day today and flying solo. But I've got a bit of a surprise. I'm actually going to hook up with a good mate of mine out here. And won't let on who it is just yet, but he's a bloke you may have heard of, and he was quite happy to go and spend a couple of nights in the Pilliga, so we'll go and see how we go. We can both disappear together. Should be good, a bit of fun. I didn't really let on to the boys back at my bar that I too have heard the stories about these parts. Yarns about the Pilliga Princess, the Yowie Man sightings, and the Min Min lights are all legendary, and many people actually do say it's true. To be honest, I'm glad I've lined up a mate to come along to ensure that I'm not the last man standing. I will say though, for a place that has so many scary stories, it certainly is a beautiful part of New South Wales, with creeks and rivers, Aussie bushland with wide open spaces, and best of all, that dirt road freedom. I know I've certainly driven through worse places than this. Well, as usual, we've packed in another big first day. It seems to happen everywhere we go. But we're off to somewhere a little bit different, and I'll tell you what, it's looking like our type of road down here. It's a nice dirt road. Looks like it's been well graded. Geez, it's a beautiful spot out here in outback New South Wales. Right.
G'day, Doug. How are you, mate? Good fancy seeing you out here.
Matt Scullion is one of Australia's most respected songwriters and has written songs for some of the country's biggest artists, including Adam Harvey and Lee Kernaghan, and even bands like Cold Chisel. He's a Golden Guitar-winning Australiana singer-songwriter and currently performs all over Australia. He's hitting the tracks with us in this episode in his trusty Holden, Colorado, and has brought along Sheila the Healer, his loyal blue cattle dog. Gee, I knew I should have brought Clancy along for the trip.
On the kebabs tonight, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of salad, you know, keep it healthy.
That's that green stuff, right?
Apparently.
So much for all the mystery. A quick feed and it's time for late night live radio. All in all, a drama-free, pretty quiet night. Well, at least that's what we thought anyway.
Yeah, should be getting up now, mate.
Yeah, okay, sweet. And we're having a few like weird things go on out here, with this Starlink, which is very rare.
See the Yowies?
I haven't seen it yet, but mate, I'm in the dark. I'm sitting outside my van with a light on.
Duck, are you there?
Hello, John. Yes, I am here, and I've made it. I can tell you, I'm not a big believer in a lot of stuff, but I've got to say we've had a few things go on here that have been like issues that we don't normally have. And talking to a couple of people, I've got an Indigenous mate out here and said, "What do you know about there?" He said, "Well, I know, don't stop there." I couldn't get anybody to come with me, John. I think we've lost John. We gone? We've just dropped out.
Dropped out.
Hang on.
Is he having us on, or is
He's back. No. Yeah, you there, John? I'm back. I'm not sure what happened there. That's what I'm saying. Everything keeps dropping out here. Mate, I've gone.
You have?
Yep, I can't hear anything. No, it's back again. It's back. Keeps going off. It's gone again. Just check that, Gav, see if it's still connected.
Yep, connected.
I'm here, John. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back, John. I'm back. I've lost him. Lost him. Luckily for us, we survived a night that seemed to be a little bit different, with a few challenges thrown into the mix. We were woken up early though by the good old Aussie bush alarm clock. Just how good is this spot? Whether it's the Pilliga, the Blue Mountains, the Flinders, even the Northern Territory, no matter where it is, nothing beats starting the day in the Australian bush. The sounds, the scenery, you've just got to love it, don't you? Well, I've got to tell you, it never ceases to amaze me the places that you trip over when you're travelling the outback regions of Australia. We've just stumbled over an oasis in the outback. In fact, it's basically like a German village. It's incredible. And I don't think many people know about it, but one person who knows all about it is Maria, who built this place over 30 years ago. She's with me. Maria, how you going?
Very good, Bob. A duck, sorry.
No, that's all right. Now, this place is incredible. It's a credit to you and your family, what you've done here. I've looked at the story of this. You've come here over 30 years ago. It was just a block of ground. You're a German backpacker.
Yeah, that's right. But I have to correct you. It's nearly 40 years.
40 years?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting towards the 70 mark now.
Well, my mathematics was never good. English was my best subject at school, not maths. So 40 years ago, you've come out here. You're young, you're a backpacker, you're out exploring Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
You camped in the Warrant Bungles, you've come out through here and thought you loved the land.
Yes.
And you bought yourself 4,500 acres of scrub.
Yes, that's correct. Exactly right. We were very much, deep down, I am a pioneer. And I like adventure. And I think that gave me the courage to keep on going. And if you have a true pioneer spirit, it doesn't leave you, you know? It helps you to go to the fires, to the drought, to the floods, to the recessions, basically to any hardship, long way away from home, into the bush, on the other side of the world, not even speaking good English.
You're going all right now.
And gave it a go.
Unbelievable. But to think that you packed up a life, you had 600 years of family background, generation, you had businesses, you had a pottery thing, which we'll talk about in a sec. It must have been a huge decision to pack up your life with absolutely no plan and just come out and buy this block of ground in outback New South Wales.
That's right.
Incredible, to credit to you. Now, what you've developed since, I've never seen anything like it. It's like we're in another country. It's got your German heritage and your background here. You can see it all throughout the place. As well as a farm stay and camping, you've got a cafe here with great coffee, meals, all of that stuff. But you've got the pottery, which you had a pottery business in Germany, your family, and you've actually brought that here, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it developed, you know, in the beginning we only had a pottery and sold all our pottery in Sydney to the nurseries and so on. And then years later, our local council improved our road, so we were actually open to have trickles of people coming. So I went to the markets and promoted the product, you know, the pottery, and promoted the area where we're staying, and it led to it that more people came. So it started from pottery to cafe to accommodation, and now we're one of the biggest tourist attractions in the area.
It's incredible. It's just unbelievable how this dream that you would think would be unrealistic has turned into a reality, and what you've created here is it's unbelievable.
And on top of it, we have 60 kilometres of walking tracks.
I was going to tackle a couple of those later. Not too sure about tackling those walking tracks, but what I am sure about, that is if you find yourself in these parts, do yourself a favour and spend a night or two at the Pilliga Pottery Farm Stay. And don't worry, if camping's not your go, the accommodation options here are an experience all of their own. Very unique, certainly different, and I guess the best way I can describe it, it's like where Germany meets the Australian bush. Whichever way you look at it, one thing is for certain, the accommodation and facilities here are an absolute standout. Mate, I've got to be honest with you, you've travelled around just as much as me. Can't you just find or trip over a place in the middle of nowhere that's just completely unexpected? I would, no way did I ever think that would be there.
You know, it's probably not a spot that I would, like saying pottery, I'd really turn off and go and see, but I'm so glad we did.
Well, as you'd expect, I'm a real fan of pottery.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. Hey, mate, so what's on the cards for today?
Well, mate, we're just going to slip around. We're going to head up to the other side of Barrett, and we're going to check out an old sawmill that was a thriving operation in the 30s. And, mate, I've got a big one for you tonight, mate. I need a favour from you. I need you to perform tonight at the Growing Club in the Scrub. Mate, you up for it?
Mate, I reckon I might pull up a stool at the bar, pull out the ukulele and crank out a couple of tunes. I'd love to do that.
I'm glad you've said that, Matt, because I already told them that you're coming with me. I think they're already advertising it out there. Yeah, good stuff, Matt. I knew you'd be all over it. I reckon the locals out there are going to be stoked.
If you're giving a bush salute, you're shooing the flies. If you pull up a stump, you're sitting on a chair. And if you're in whoop whoop, you're in the middle of nowhere. If you feel a bit dusty, you're hungover. If you're talking on the telephone, you're on the blower. In the land of the Kazi and the Vegemite sandwich. If you want to talk Aussie, you gotta speak our slanguage. If you like to eat, you're good on the tooth. And buggered if I know means you don't have a clue. If you're a two-pot screamer, you get drunk real quick. And if you're a bit toey, you want more than just a kiss.
Yeah, you got a copy back there in the dust, Matt?
I've been eating your dust for nearly the last hour, mate.
Mate, we're going to be heading into a bit of a town here soon, so enjoy the scenery, mate. But it's a bit rough on this road, but geez, it beats the freeway, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's rough, but it's nice. It's nice getting off the road and onto the dirt. I love it.
You gotta speak our slanguage. A chicken is a chook, a squeeze is a look, a kilometre is a click. Fruit Loop means you're crazy.
Well, you may have noticed that we took a bush camp option last night off the Pilliga pottery place to get that Pilliga scrub feel. And apart from some weird tech issues while doing the radio show, it seems to have been plain sailing right up till now. But after about an hour and a half on the road, that could all change as we seem to have stumbled across an old ghost town.
Check this out, eh? Wow. Jeez.
Anyone home? Can I come in?
Come in, mate, but wipe your feet. Check out the kitchen.
Oh, mate, you're kidding.
Look at that.
How good is
the old
that?
wood stove, eh?
How good is it?
Bloody hell. Oh, look at this old bath. Jeez.
Gee, that old bath is still in pretty good nick. Just what sort of a joint have we tripped over here?
I'll tell you what, Matt, there's a couple of songs in this, mate.
My God, isn't it? The old steam combustion thing over here. The logs would have come down here, I'd say.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is the stuff that built this country, mate.
No, yeah, I reckon there is a song in this. Imagine the fire going in that thing.
Oh, mate.
Big pulleys on it.
Unbelievable.
And that would have probably driven some kind of conveyor belt down here, pushed the logs down.
What do you reckon, mate? This is the sort of stuff that'd get you going, get the juices flowing.
I love Australian history, as you know, and I'd like to find out more about this place.
Well, Matt, old son, you're in luck, as I've found a local who not only grew up in this place, but he actually still lives here today.
Tom, g'day, mate.
How are you, Doug?
I'm going good, mate. I'm going good. Not as good as you, living out here.
Oh, no, that's right. This is a special place.
Unbelievable. You were telling me before, you've been here, what, only 87 years?
Only 87 years.
Born and bred in the house over the back here?
No, I wasn't born in the house, actually. I was born in Coonabarabran. They wouldn't let me get born over there. I've been in that house for 87 years.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mate, this is like stepping back in time. I mean, it's like we've discovered a ghost town in the middle of the Pilliga.
Well, you have, really. This was a real hive of industry at one stage.
Yeah.
We had 12 men or so, and, well, 15 all told with the bush crew.
Yeah.
And everything happened here.
Unbelievable. I know there's a school, old school over there, and houses. And
my dad got to school here as soon as we got here. Pretty well. He was very keen to have everybody, kids on the mill, get an education. Kids that went over there did very well.
Yeah.
And this has now been heritage listed.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the very early places that Aboriginals and Europeans
worked together,
lived together, went to school together in total harmony, and they were all paid equal wages.
Yeah, a lot of people today could learn from that. How long did you work here?
Well, I worked in the sawmill for 53 years. This one we had to close this one in about the year 2000.
You said your dad was big on putting the school here.
Yep.
So when did your dad turn up here and when did you decide to do all this?
My dad built this in 1933.
So I'm tipping working in a sawmill would have been hard work?
It was hard work. It was teamwork.
Yep.
No, they were great people.
Yep.
Great people.
Yep. Yep.
And the families all lived here, you know, and the wives and children were here, and they all lived in those houses.
Geez, there's plenty of old wrecks and plenty of history lying around this place, mate. It must be
an amazing place to live. I mean, it's just so
I don't
quiet.
know him calling me a wreck.
Oh, no, not you, mate.
That's all right.
No, mate. Mate, you might be 87, but you're going better than me. Taking a look at this place, it's hard to imagine that this was once populated by a community of hard-working families. And it's places just like this that built that old school, never say die Aussie character. Gee, this place is the real deal.
What a find, eh? Talk about tripping over history, mate.
Mate, unbelievable to think that that was basically a community living in there.
Yeah, definitely an eye-opener for me, and as I said before, mate, there could be a song in it, who knows?
Well, talking about songs, mate, we're going to get off this dirt, get ourselves out of the growing club in the scrub, mate, and we'll wash down the day there with a few beers. You can do a few tunes for the locals out there, eh?
Sounds like a good plan. I'll follow in your dust, mate.
Yeah, you just keep eating some of my dust back there, okay? Because you're going to have plenty to wash down by the time we get to the pub.
Gee, time really does fly when you're having a good time, and the day seems to be getting away from us. I hope they stay open late out at the Growan Club. It's time to put the foot into it. I did promise them out there that Matt would do a tune or two.
Well, I've got to tell you, it's towards the back end of the day here, and we're on a really rough gate track heading to the Growan Club in the scrub, so we're looking forward to a couple of cold there. But I've got to tell you, it still beats driving on the freeway in the big smoke, though, I've got to say. But certainly there's plenty going on out here beyond the Pilliga scrub, and we're certainly in the middle of it here now.
Well, after a day of dust and dirt, we finally arrive at the Growan Club in the scrub. Better late than never. Gee, I hope the locals are still up. Who knows? There could be one or two sober blokes still hanging around that won't mind jumping onto a sing-along with Matt as well.
So Matt's going in here, country music singer. I think there's a couple of tunes for you.
Only if that's okay with you.
So we'll do a few songs for you, and thanks for having us here.
I write on my own stuff. It's all songs about Australia, and it's I travel around a lot and just things that I notice and things that I see about Aussies. And this is one that I wrote. Now shit is a useful word. It has many applications, fits all situations. Australians swear by it. Just replace the word you're thinking of with shit. 'Cause you can sell shit, buy shit, lose your shit, find shit, feel like shit when you've had a shit of a day. I'm going to send this one out to my good mate Duck over here. A song called Aussie As. Aussie as a raffle in a pub, and chicken chow mein in a bowling club. Aussie as a flutter on the cup, and $5 in the tin when the salvos show up. It's a bugle call at sunrise. It's a pinned on rosemary sprig. It's a rum and milk and 10 on tails every April 25th. It's 100 different cultures all rolled into one. Let's call them Barry Baz and Sharon Shaz. It's Aussie as.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amelia. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Now that's it. You ain't topped that one.
Here comes the winner. Thank you. Thank you. You can have your smokes back now.
Well, after a few quiet ones with the locals last night, we were again woken up by the pink and grey galah model of the bush alarm clock and the Australian sound of a Victor mower being pushed by some bloke who's keeping the dirt nicely manicured. All in all, they seem to get up early in these parts, even a few blokes who look like they'd kicked on well after most of us had hit the hay. As I cooked last night's feed for breakfast, the marathon men from last night already have tonight's feed on the go. Gee, it's a great way of life out here. We are ready to get stuck into another top day of tracks and pubs, but with one nail lying on the ground somewhere in what seems to be a million acres, guess who finds it and runs over the nail?
You've done it again. Wouldn't be a trip unless you had some drama with the car. Trouble is, we've got no mechanics with us this time, although you don't need a mechanic to change a wheel.
Yep, you were right. Our cameraman Gav has done it again. I mean, seriously, something happens to this bloke on every trip. Fair dinkum.
I never do anything like this, Matty.
Now, you wouldn't believe it, but the Grow and Opal fields are home to 3 pubs all within 10 kilometres of each other, beginning with the Grow and Opal Miners Sports and Recreational Club, simply known as the Grow and Club in the Scrub. That's right, it's an actual registered club, but it's not like any other club that you'll visit. The club holds some very unique events as well, like the Easter Yabby races, the Ugly Man competition, or the Grow and Showgirl, or what's better known as Show Boy, as back in the day, the girls were short on numbers.
How good was that last night? Geez, you had them spellbound, mate. They were hanging off every word of every song you did there in that pub last night.
Yeah, no, mate. I really enjoyed singing for them last night, and yeah, hopefully they got a good buzz out of it. There's some characters out here, isn't there, Duck?
Yeah, we might meet a few more today, mate. We're going to duck down. I'm going to take you to a graveyard today, and then we're going to go and check out another couple of pubs that are out here. So a little loop, a little bit of a pub crawl, but the graveyard will be a bit interesting for you, mate.
Be a bit spooky, mate.
You'll be sweet though, mate. It's not that type of graveyard. There is one really special place though that I want to check out before we get stuck into the day.
How good's this? A bit early. Mate, Anzac Day be good here.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to do an Anzac Day here. Like every other area and little pocket in Australia, they made their sacrifices, eh?
Absolutely, mate.
Every pocket of Australia, mate, there's people.
Lucy and Claire Ratcliffe, lifetime prospectors, 74 and 79, so all their life.
Geez, it's well done.
And keep those memories alive.
Yeah.
Even an area as remote as this can demonstrate what can be achieved when the locals band together and build a memorial just like this, where they can visit to reflect and pay their respects to those who lived and worked in this hard country before them and those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
You're not going to believe where we're going now.
Surprise me, mate.
Another pub.
Another pub, geez, okay.
I knew you'd be surprised, mate. Just a quick stop at this one though, eh? The Glengarry Hilton sounds very posh, and that's exactly what it is. This place is my idea of a 5-star hotel. It actually started in the back of a rabbit chiller serving cold beers to miners back in the day. The service was a little bit casual though, so a group of miners got together to build their very own pub. That pub still stands and these days opens 7 days a week, serving not only cold ones to the miners, but hot meals, and also offers free camping for the many travellers who explore these parts. And it's definitely worth a look when you're travelling around this area.
Yeah, Matt, what about some of these humpies out here? The living accommodation looks pretty hard.
Mate, it does, but they've probably got all the creature comforts inside, who knows?
I reckon you'd dead set want air conditioning out here, but I haven't seen an air conditioning unit on one of them.
No, mate, I think they got the old territory air conditioner here, which is window down, mate.
Mate, it's unbelievable. It's our way of living, but they get out here, live in these things and go and dig all day in the dirt looking for their fortune.
I know, mate, I know. I tell you what, bud, I was talking to a couple of them, and they seem pretty happy living out here. So I guess it's it's something that you got to love.
Yeah, mate, she's a lifestyle choice here, mate.
The Grow and Opal Fields is located about 70 kilometres north of Walgett and is about 66 square kilometres in size. The population is around a couple of hundred people who are mainly opal miners who are looking for their fortune or who have made a very unique lifestyle choice. This fluctuates a bit as people come and go, those who make it rich or those who simply move on. During the cooler months, the population increases dramatically as the area is a very popular tourist destination to soak up some old school Aussie bush experience. Just a tip though, if you decide to go for a wander on foot, keep an eye out for the old mine shafts about the place. It looks a long way to the bottom. Well, Matt, I did mention that we would be checking out an old graveyard. What about this gem?
Mate, have a go at some of these old jets.
I know.
Some of them are in pretty good nick. I mean, wonder what the go is on some of these cars. Like this one here, looks like you could hop in it and take it.
You could, couldn't I? I was talking to a lady in the bar there, and she said that all the cars here were driven here.
All right,
They weren't towed here. They were all driven here, and a lot of them still go.
Good, eh?
Driven and left here. Geez, fuel's cheap. 55 cents.
Quick, go get the ram.
Yeah.
Fill up. There you go. Here's a go. Hop in here, Matt.
Yeah, all right.
See if this one goes.
All right, mate. I don't think I'll sit on the seat, mate.
No, maybe give it.
No,
Maybe give that one a miss, eh?
Give that one a miss, yeah. I wonder whether this was owned by the Leyland brothers.
It's hard to imagine that this gear was once all in working order out in these parts and probably used every day. Then, one by one, they were parked up and simply just left here. With this place being so remote, you have to wonder just how long it will sit here. I reckon these pieces of history will be still sitting around here long after we're gone.
I just tried the clutch. Where's the clutch?
Vroom!
She's in first.
Check out that double-decker bus.
It looks like someone's
Yeah, it's been converted to a motorhome.
Yeah, motorhome.
Two-storey house on wheels. Looks like someone was. We should have got Gav up here to change the tyre after his efforts this morning. Finished changing this one. Mate, I'm going to ride up to the. I'm riding up.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that wasn't made for me to drive. Imagine me trying to get behind that steering wheel. You might be a chance.
No, I'm not sitting on that.
Here we go again. What's he done now?
What's the next Chronicles in the...
Mate, we're just fixing up another one of your stuff-ups. I jumped a couple of cars while I was away and I haven't charged it. It's flashing, which tells me it might not have enough in it, which means we can plug it in and charge it for half an hour while we have a drink or something.
Geez, it's not even worth talking about, is it? Fair dinkum. And you wouldn't believe it, located directly opposite the graveyard is our last pub on our pub crawl, and let me tell you, this place is certainly us. The Sheepyard Inn is like a time capsule into the past. Old school memorabilia everywhere, Aussie character in every corner of the joint. There's an old school dining room, a bar area and beer garden, and of course friendly locals. It offers free camping, and I'm sure that this place is the hype of activity during the cooler travel season.
Like the thing about this place is the locals. I just can't believe the characters and the people that we've met here. And we've got one of them with us now. He's a colourful bloke. Birdo, how are you, son?
Yeah, good, mate. How you going?
I'm going all right,
Yep,
mate.
that's the way. Welcome to the Sheepyards.
Yeah,
It's
good, is it?
good country. It's a good spot.
Yeah, this is the Sheepyard Inn. She's a great pub.
Yep, good people.
Mate,
Yeah.
this place, I've got to say, not many people, especially in the big smoke, would know anything about the way of life out here.
No, that's for sure.
Would they? It is
No.
just so different.
Yep, and people are friendly, like good wholesome community. We noticed that when we had the bushfires recently.
Yep.
How everyone just pulled together, and yeah, it was amazing.
Mate, it's a different way of life. I
Yes.
mean, you've got humpies and shacks and caravans and just scattered throughout the scrub.
Yes, yep.
So what's the story there? They're people that have got like a claim and they're there mining for opals.
Yep. Some people are there still mining. Some people have came and gone broke.
Yep.
Some people have came and found their fortune and just walked away. There's camps around that have still got the beds made up in them, and the cutlery and the fridge and all still there with tins of tucker and that in it, where they've found their money and just left.
What about yourself? How long have you been here?
I've been here just on 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came out here chasing the dream. I mined for the first 12 or whatever. I still do a little bit of mining, not a lot. I found a bit of opal, yes, but I just fell in love with the lifestyle and the people.
It's not a lifestyle everyone would go for. It's pretty isolated, and I'm tipping in summertime it'd be like a pretty hard country out
It
here.
is.
Be hot.
I've seen 53 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like 53 Celsius. So yeah, it's hot.
Now, the thing that's got me is the fact that it's very remote. It's not a lot of people out here. There's 3 watering holes, all close. They're all within 10 kilometres of each other.
Yes, and they all get their fair share of customers and patrons. Yes.
Well, mate, but you certainly live in the lifestyle, mate. You live in the dream here.
Yep.
You reckon you'll ever leave?
I won't leave. I'll leave here in a wooden box.
Right, okay. So you like it, it's you.
Yep. This is where I'll be staying.
Good on you, Birdo. I don't think you'll be Robinson Crusoe out here. I reckon there are plenty of others who have pulled up stumps and called this place home as well. You know, there are places just like this all over the country where it's Australia Day every day. Places that are the backbone of this place we call ours that define who we are as Australians. A way of life for a few and an escape for the many who hook up a caravan to simply get away and take a break from the hustle and bustle of life. One thing you can bank on though is that you will meet hard-working, fair-dinkum Aussies living their dreams. Real people with real stories to tell.
Stubby in your hand, snag on the barbie. Aussie as nippers on the beach, kids on the veranda, feeding lorikeets. It's a blue tongue in the garden, it's a footy on the roof, it's a cheeky kookaburra laughing at you.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Oz Off-Road TV. We've had a cracking time in Outback, New South Wales. Matt Scullion, thank you for performing some songs and coming on the trip with us,
Thanks
mate.
for having me, Duck. It's been a wonderful time, mate. But, good to see some of New South Wales that I haven't seen, sing for the people, and best of all, my dog Sheila loved it, mate.
Yeah, left Clancy at home doing the accounts this time, so, but anyway, next time.
Next time, mate, yeah.
Absolutely. Just a reminder, folks, you can check out what we do on our YouTube channel. Subscribe whilst you're watching this video. Check out our social media accounts as well, and check out our website, ozoffroad.com.au. And you too could be like us, turning the key in the ignition, going on an adventure and living the Oz Off-Road lifestyle just like we do.
In a pub, and chicken chow mein in a bowling club. Aussie has a flutter on the cup and $5 in the tin when the salvos show up. It's a bugle call at sunrise, it's a pinned on rosemary sprig, it's a rum and milk at 10 on tails every April 25th. It's 100 different cultures all rolled into one. Let's call them Barry Baz, Sharon Shaz, it's Aussie as. 05 at Bathurst, a box of redheads matches, kids swinging on a Hills horse, and bindies in the grass. A cyclone called Tracy, a ginger boy named Blue, and Jack and Jillaroo. Now that's Aussie as.